get back to it. Oh God, oh my back. Ah. Okay, there we go. Actually, let's start with this. Go ahead and get this washed. That's going to take a minute to dry. Towel. Oh, I got it running everywhere. What's up, DL? Hey, yeah, the 4th was good, man. Yeah, just kind of hung out, didn't really do much. It was too hot. It was a nice day to relax. How about yourself? How was 4th? We're getting up with some friends later tonight. That'll be fun. Looking forward to getting out of the house a little bit, but yeah, it was just too hot yesterday, man. In the summertime, I tend to just do indoor holidays and events only. Oh, you got rained in? That's cool. Said it's better than being baked. Yeah, it was. It's the humidity, really. I mean, I know that's cliche and all, but the truth. I lived in Vegas for a little while, and it would, I mean, routinely get, 90, 100 degrees, but it was dry, so there was always a breeze. So it didn't seem like it was that bad. Oh, I don't know, that sounds nice. These little deeper spots here. Starting to look like something. I like that it feels a little cartoony. Like my normal instinct is to make this look and feel really metally, you know, metallic. But I like that it feels a little more appropriately cartoony. Oh, there was a pool there. I was like, why is that space dry and weird? There's a pool there previously. Okay, well, I don't like that either, so we have to lean into it, I guess. that's good enough for me to stop messing with it. I will end up going and adding some, a little bit of like chrome or something to it, just to kind of scratch it up. No, I'm moving pretty fast on this one, DL. It's moving pretty fast because it's pretty simple statue. You know, there's not a whole lot going on. So, I mean, like this, I really just got to do a coat of gray, and then these little, what are these, rebar? Or do this little rebar, and then a set of wash, and then that's it for this. That just needs a varnish and some scuffs, I guess. I don't know what you call it, because it's not. I mean, I guess it's damage. So I guess, yeah, just add a little bit of a hint of metal to it. So I'll scratch up like around the bolts and stuff, and around some of the little dents and damaged things, to give it a hint of metallic. I got a wash to do on the pants. I do think that I did the torso in the wrong color. A little too blue, a little too bright. I think I'm gonna knock it down with this night sky. I think that'll get me closer to where I want it to be. And then a washes on that. Then I gotta do highlights and washes on the cape, skin, and then the chrome, and then the washes on the chrome. So yeah, I mean, this should actually move pretty quick. At least that's what I'm hoping. Especially if I can, you know, kind of stay focused on it. All right, that's good. That's drying. This needs a coat of gray. Let's go. Dungeon gray or uniform gray. They're basically the same. Go dungeon. Oh wait, hold on. Get in here without so much light. I feel like that's a lot of light, but I need it. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna go here with some dungeon gray from Army Painter. Give that guy a good shake. What happened to my music? Oh, there it goes. It's just looping or something. All right. Yeah, after doing that Clayface statue, I wanted to do something regular sized. Do I have all the turtles? Yeah, yeah. I did the turtles a while back. Um, and I have a Bebop and Rocksteady that I will probably do after my next uh, Marvel and DC cycle. So I think what I'm gonna do is a Mr. Sinister next for Marvel. Then I'm gonna do a Green Lantern villain for DC, either Sinestro or um, Larfleeze. I've got two. I've got those really cool. They're really cool statues. Um, and then after that, I'll do Bebop and Rocksteady, and I'll do them as a pair. I was gonna do Shredder. I was gonna do them all together, like all three statues this run, but that would have just been too much. So, and after, like I said, after doing Clayface, I really just wanted to do a couple like regular size statues. No more big monsters for a minute. Like even the Juggernaut statue that I want to do, he's going to be about the size of Hulk. I mean, he's going to be a big one, be a big boy, even at 1/6 scale. So, no, I don't do busts. I don't know, not my thing. I like the statues, and I mostly like the statues in action poses. Those tend to be my favorite. I have a couple like um, studio poses or museum pose statues, um, like the Green Lantern I did. But for the most part, I like them. I like them kind of in action doing stuff. That's my jam. I do like the set from LA Figures though. That's why they're just because they're more like the classic turtles. So that's why I chose this set. Yeah, Ultron. I really love. I would love to have an Ultron. Like I said, I haven't found a statue that just really resonates with me. I don't know why. I just haven't been able to find one that like speaks to me. So I'm waiting. I got plenty of other statues to paint. Like I don't like the full comic book looking Ultron with the 3 arms or 4 arms or whatever, like fucking General Grievous. I don't like that look, the comic book look. I never have. I never really liked that design. I like the Marvel. I like the movie Ultron design. I thought that was cool. And I know they did one of those, but it was kind of early on, I think, and I don't know. I don't like the design that they did. The Wicked did for that one. So yeah, I'm waiting. I hear Ultron maybe making an appearance in the upcoming MCU sometime. So maybe we'll get a new Ultron statue. I don't know why I'm using such a small brush for this. I really should be getting a big brush and just moving it along, but I'm having a good time with it, so we're just gonna keep using this tiny brush. At least for the detail at the top here, the edge, at least for the edging at the top. So what statues are you working on now, DL? What do you got in the hopper? Oh, I've got a apocalypse statue too that I gotta do. And it's pretty cool that they introduced Mephisto in the MCU on Ironheart. Sacha Baron Cohen is he looks like he'll be a good Mephisto. He looks like he's just perfect for the. It was a perfect cast. He's got Mephisto's look. Yeah, I liked Ironheart. I thought it was good. Everybody's hating on everything. I don't understand. Like, just let it be what it is. Jeez, like, you know, it's all it's all just based on comic book nonsense anyway. We're just here for a good time. Just let it be. I don't understand why everybody gotta hate. You know, it takes a lot of effort to make a movie. It takes a lot of people and a lot of time and a lot of money, like, or a show. You know, to do any of that work. It's like, you know, I don't understand why people gotta shit on everything. Like, if you don't like it, that's fine. You just don't watch it. But everybody's gotta like watch it and then, you know, be all negative about it. Don't say anything. Everybody thinks their opinion matters more than everybody else's, though. I think that seems to be the case. Sad. Sad state for us to be in, but here we are. peeled it yet. Yeah. I have to go back in and do this again around some of this yellow is showing through the gray a little bit. This back here doesn't really matter, nobody's gonna see it. But I'll know it. You'll know it. I'm gonna paint it. Yeah, that's going to come back. It's just dead. But we can do the rest of this with a square brush now. Where did I leave off? It was back here. Making a line here. this line. Hard to see where the concrete edge and the rock edge come together, kind of just making it up. Had a second to dry. Those little gym tools painted. Little rebars. We're gonna do that in some rough iron. Rough iron from Army Painter. Now for these metallic paints, I like to dilute those with airbrush thinner to it helps keep the little metallic flakes in there. It helps keep them from getting like clumped up. I know that sounds weird, but like if you're it'll make your metals look kind of patchy, so they'll be shiny in some spots and not shiny in others, because I think the water makes the little particles clump together. The airbrush thinner, oh, it's way too much. But it'll be okay. Only needing it on these little tiny little spots, so I notice it that much. What's up, Chaotic Bean? spot to hold this thing. Everything dries. What type of oh, these are not filaments. These are all resin. I have been considering getting an FDM printer though, for bigger stuff. I mean, I started with the FDM, but I knew that I was going to be making statues, and I didn't have an FDM printer that would get me the quality that I was looking to make these things. And FDM seems to be good for like really big stuff, more than the little tiny detail stuff. At least that was the case a few years ago whenever I tried it out. So I have been considering, like I said, because over the last few years they've gotten really good. And I was thinking about doing a Gandalf Balrog diorama, and to go, I've got a space like in front of my fireplace. This would be perfect for it, and it can be really big. Like it'll be like 4 feet long, something like that. It'll be huge. And so if I'm going to do that statue, I think I definitely want to do the base in filament. I mean, no matter how I cut it, that project will take forever. No matter what, but yeah, I'm considering getting a filament printer for big stuff. Right brush for this. Okay, almost done with it. That's good to know. Sounds like that'll be slow going though. Like I said, I wouldn't try to get detail out of an FDM printer. I would just be for like painting bases, like really big bases. So details are not going to be an issue at the sizing that I'm talking about. I just don't want to have to like sand down a bunch of layer lines. That's the thing. Like, as long as I'm not seeing layer lines, I'll be okay with it. That was my biggest complaint about FDM printing, was that the amount of extra effort it takes to get rid of the lines. That was a deal breaker. Like I said, yeah, I've seen some really nice ones that they print just as it looks like it could be resin. And I'm sure it takes a while. Like, I'm sure that is not a fast process. But then again, none of this is a fast process. How it's supposed to be, right? I did pick up a little freelance 3D printing job that I got to do next week. I'm waiting on the file to come in. To do it's just to do like little tchotchkes for a leadership conference, which is pretty cool. It's a fun gig. I only have to make 3 of them. They're for like the CEO people. But it's a pretty cool little gig. I think I've pretty much decided though that like I don't know what's going to happen with my current employment, but I think whatever happens, when it runs out, I might take a stab at making statues for a living. I'm seriously considering it. I mean, hopefully not anytime soon, but saying in the next few years. Something I got on my radar for sure. Glove. My pinky glove is a little dangly on the end there. It's bothering me. No, how about you? Much better. I like to put my pinky on the thing that I'm painting. It helps with the muscle memory. And working with distances when you're, working at just regular eyesight versus like in a magnifying glass or in magnifying goggles. When you get in there, when you get magnified, it can be a little difficult to gauge how far you're moving. And the pinky muscle memory kind of helps with that. Way you don't oversteer. These rebar pieces are all exactly the same. Same orientation, same ending, everything. I am a fan of the Anycubics, and I am a fan of the Photon Monos. I have the M3 Premium right now. I did have the Mono X. I had my first printer was a Mono 4, and it was just like, it was tiny. Like it was like the print bed was like the size of a deck of cards. But it gave me a good understanding of, or a good opportunity to learn how to like develop good habits with a resin printer, as far as how to handle resin and how to change a FEP and, all the cleaning and all that stuff. So like as a beginner model, I think that's, probably a good way to go. That's my recommendation to anybody looking to get started resin printing is start with something small. Because like when you get to the bigger printers, the vat and everything, it just gets unwieldy. Like it gets a little more complicated as you get bigger. Not a lot, but just it could be overwhelming if you don't kind of scale up. And so while I think a lot of people just want to go right in and buy the biggest and best and blah blah blah, and that be that, I'm a proponent of graduated experience. Start with something small because you don't even know if you're really going to like it until you try it. It might just be an idea that sounds good, but then when you realize how much extra it is, like the alcohol, the curing station, all the paper towels and the wipes and the gloves and the funnels and just all of the extra cost around it, a lot of people don't take that into consideration. And so then they buy this $300, $400, $500 printer and then don't want to use it. So yeah, like I said, I would recommend starting small. The Mono 2, I don't know how big that is, but that's probably a small size or medium size printer. So that would probably be a good choice. I definitely want to deter you. I love resin printing. This is the best thing for me. This is the best thing ever. Like, I absolutely love it. So I never want to deter people from it. But I do want you to have a good experience. And so that's why, like I said, I recommend stepping into it versus just fucking cannonball into the deep end. But you do you, all right. Well, that is done. Need to put a varnish on that and a varnish on that. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Take a quick break, and then get into painting the body parts. So yes, let's head over to the spray booth. Get a little varnish. A little varnish on these fuckers. What's going on here? Why is it my camera changing? Number 2. There you go. That was weird. Camera did not want to move. All right, let me see if I can find some varnish here. 1 second. I just gotta wait for this compressor to finish filling up. I like the tank. I like the upgraded air compressor, but it is loud when you first turn it on. It takes a few minutes to fill the tank. But then once it's full, it's kind of nice. Oh, I was muted, sorry. So we were talking to myself. Wouldn't say anything important, but I'm going to use some of this gloss varnish from Army Painter. This stuff is good just because it dries super fast. And so, but for my between layers, I like to use the Army Painter varnishes. And then for the final top coats, I like to use the Vallejo Premium varnish, especially the gloss. The Vallejo Premium gloss looks really, really nice. All right. Slide this back a little bit. I don't want to run over my airbrush tube. Come on, man. Slowly lost everywhere. I don't know if that's going to come out, but that's okay.
camera, I shifted it. I like my new disco box, my disco lights, in the airbrush here. This new airbrush box is really nice. I have to admit, like I didn't realize how much room I was sacrificing, in that staying in that little tiny box. How much more room I actually needed. Like this is nice. Get in here without feeling cramped. Now the setup I don't like as much because the camera has to be like the little articulated arm that I have my camera mounted on. Um, it has to be in the front now instead of the back because now this airbrush box is too tall for it to reach around and over. So I did have to sacrifice that, which is why I keep hitting it and moving the camera around. But I'm still getting used to it. But yeah, this new setup is really nice. Nice thorough coat. Nice and thick. So it looks hard. It's metal. Cast some white back. Especially up the tops. Alright, that's good. I'll use some gloss on the wood, and then I'll use the satin on the concrete. Now, I'll do the same but with some satin varnish. Emptying this thing out. A lot in there. All right. Some satin varnish. Coat this concrete. That's be all she needs until I get some burnish, or I get some wash on there. And let those base pieces dry. I'm gonna get some darkness on this torso here, because this blue is just way too blue. So yes, way too blue. So I'm gonna go in with some night sky after I give it a shake. So I'm going to go in here with some night sky, army paper, and color correct this thing just a little bit. I think I'm mainly going to go in the shadows with it, and I'll leave a little bit of that color as kind of a high spots. This is going to be more of like a mid-tone shadow application. And then I'm going to go back in with a little bit of black wash and do a full shadow application. So, but yeah, just basically I was just looking at it and looking at the reference material. The reference material, it's much more of a bluer gray, or a paler blue, I guess. That blue is just too bright. I'm going to try to darken it down a little bit. Cleaning the getting all the little bits of varnish out of the airbrush sometimes, though, is tricky. It's hard to tell when it's clean because, you know, it's transparent, so you're never gonna not seeing any difference. So I'm basically just checking the flow. That's good. One alcohol clean. Mix up some of this paint. Alrighty, paint is mixed. Now we can get into it. liquidy. Dispersal though. I don't think this is making hardly any difference at all. And tone down that blue. Just a little bit, and then I'm going to go in with some wash. There we go, that's actually closer to what I'm looking for. Still a little blue, but it'll dry darker. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna let that dry. Some wash in a second. Let's get some purple. Oh, hey, it's working now. That was weird. I was about to, I took my mic off so I could go to the keyboard and write. My mic just died. Sad face. But as soon as I took it off and sat it down, it just decided to work. I don't know what the hell. Anyway, yes, hi. Painting faces is difficult. It is definitely one of the hardest things to learn. At least for me, it was. I finally got to I've gotten to a solution that I enjoy, that I like, that I can replicate. This is a bad example. Well, no, I got some arm skin. I can show you the basic techniques of it. But yeah, I have a skin tone method that I like to do for me personally. So I'll show you how that looks in a minute whenever I get there. I'm gonna do these chrome bits first, and then some washes on the body parts, and then while the washes take a while to dry. So while the washes are drying, I'll work on the skin tones. But first, I need to get some chrome on these bits. Yeah, that was freaky. I changed physical mics to make sure it wasn't a battery issue. I'm running on a really old Mac and really old streaming software, so I just anticipate issues now. Still got a lot of purple in this. 1 second. %90 of painting statues is cleaning your airbrush. It's like airbrush cleaning with the side of painting. Although I will say this new airbrush, at least doesn't. My old airbrush used to clog quite a bit, but then again, that may have just been user error too, because I also didn't take care of my old Iowata brush the way I should have, because I didn't know any better. And again, that's one of those leveling things I was talking about earlier with as far as printer goes. It's like same thing with the airbrush. Like I started with a cheap, piece of crap airbrush, and then I moved up to a mid-tier, like a mid-range one, which was a little bit better, but it was, but it wasn't like a top level one, because I was still learning how to not screw one up. And finally, once I figured out that what I was doing wrong, what I'd been doing wrong for so long, has probably led to like permanent airbrush damage, which is why I couldn't get the I just couldn't get the subtlety, like the subtle little airbrushing, like I couldn't get down to the smallness that I needed, the detail that I needed. And that's when I finally decided to splurge, and I bought this Harder Steenbeck Evolution, and it's a huge difference. Just the component quality, you can just tell it's just way better. It still clogs sometimes, but like I said, that's just me mixing paint in a cup and just doing fucking stupid user error. The little governor on the back is really nice. It prevents you from like when you really want to do some detail work and you don't want to accidentally make a splotch. You just turn that governor way down so that you physically can't go past the limit, and that makes all the difference when you're doing detail work, especially when you're getting in there really close. And so now I know that like if it's clogging or if it's having issues, it's because I screwed up. The viscosity of my paint is wrong, or
you know, there's a chunk of some shit in there, shouldn't be, you know, whatever. Like now I know that it was me because this brush is perfect, really, really good. I enjoy this brush immensely. I'm actually considering, and this is the bigger needle. It comes with one for even finer detail, but I don't think I need that. Most of what I do is like gigantic, like, you know, like big base application. I don't do a whole lot of fine detail work, except for like when I was like working on that cape or whatever, and I need to hit the ridges, you know. So like right here where I need to hit just the ridges of the cape, you know, especially up here at the top where these smaller, tighter ridges are. Like that was the kind of stuff I was always overspraying with my old brush. And so, and even these up here, like these small ridges on the front. See, I did a pretty good job hitting just the tops. So now I'm going to go in with a little bit of black wash in the airbrush, get those little recesses, and this thing should be really nice. Ooh, the light, I'm seeing a couple little support spots I didn't see before. Little string of them. That sucks. I'll go in there with some like 1000 grit sandpaper and knock those down. Then I'll be washing. Then I'll put some wash in there anyway. So, yep. Oh, I missed that whole inside. That sucks. It's dead center too, so I got to get that. But that will be for later. That is a mission for another time. Right now, we are going to chrome out some parts. Don't want to use the Green Stuff World metal. No, that's for special occasions. We're gonna go with the old tried and true, the Vallejo Chrome, metal colored chromo. Oh, actually, I should be doing it over here. Wow. So now I'm gonna do this with some airbrush thinner. Just digging out this cup here. Doesn't seem like there would be so much space between the cup and the needle, but there really is. It holds a lot of volume. I love my airbrush cleaner or airbrush thinner over here. All right, chromo. Mix this in my paint cup. The chrome's pretty thin, so it doesn't need too much extra thinning. But just to help with the flow. Actually, it's probably not necessary. Chrome can probably be mixed in the cup. All right. Hey, what's up, John Paul? Welcome to the chat. I'm just getting ready to start chroming some parts. Actually, how do I want to do this? I have an idea.
Let's move this out of the way. We're gonna take these guys down. They are dry and good. I don't know why I've wasted time painting the back of Shredder's head. He's gonna be wearing a helmet. Alright. So now oh yeah, I'm gonna have a turntable on a turntable. Maybe like Inception. Turntableception. And the space between them work a little bit. I'm on the wrong camera. I'm transferring my parts to this little round turntable so that I can put it in my airbrush box and spin it. What do you use a backup power supply for your 3D printers? Just a regular like office, battery backup. Just one of those big power blocks, like you find at an office supply place. Space these out. But I try to not have more of a controlled run on my printers. So yeah, like you can see, yeah, exactly. I try to control my printing for when I'm like around and available. It's usually during the day, and it's like if I know that there's a storm or if I've had power outages, I'll hold off. I'll try to hold off on my printing. I mean, sometimes it's not an option, but it's always nice when it is. All right, there we go. That should get me started. I'll go in here with some Vallejo metal colored chrome. I'm going to spin this bad boy around. I don't want it to pile up, so I'm going to keep this moving. Get them all up. It's a really light dusting. I'll go back in and start filling the blanks. Some more detail. The trick to get a good chrome, at least in my opinion, is you got to build up. You want it to really be saturated, but you have to build it up. Like you can't just like hose it down in one thick layer. You have to do like 2 or 3 coats of just very, very light layers. You don't want to pile up. And you want your last coat to be kind of all in the same direction. Whereas like right now, I'm just kind of going all in different directions, just kind of hitting all the texture. Not to run out. Go ahead and refill this. Where did I? Okay, the print file for Shredder. I got this off of Cults 3D. I think it's from LA Figures. They have the whole set. Whenever I make the video for this, I'll include a link in the description when I do my summary video at the end of the project. I will include a link for sure. It's a really fun set. I like the set a lot because it's not like I think it's closer to like the old school kind of cartoon turtles. Not old school, but I don't know. I think this is just the style of turtle that I like. I'll just leave it at that qualifier. But yeah, I like the LA Figures a lot. The Zez Studios turtles and turtle set is really, really good too. It's just super, super detailed. Like, I mean, it's fun. Don't get me wrong. But this is the style I chose. Now it's starting to get a nice chrome coat. Yeah, that was definitely one of the things I learned painting chrome first couple times. It's like you just don't want it to pile. You don't want to put on too much at once. It starts to run, it starts to pile, it starts to pool up. The little flakes kind of separate, you know. So it's better to just take your time, be patient. One thin layer at a time. If you miss a spot, let the rest of it dry and then come back. It's more important that the coats be even than they be thorough. Ideally, they're both, but we don't often live in a world of ideals, do we? So especially for things like this where I got like weird angles and a whole lot to hit, I like to just give it a once over without flooding it, and then I'll come back for the weird angles later. Yeah, the LA Figures Street Fighter ones are really good, and I think they did He-Man. I think they did Masters of the Universe set as well. I'm pretty sure I got everything. Yepers, that'll do it. Let's give this a nice cleaning. Oh, and I need to go empty these cups. Or this drain basin here. Well, that's a fun little spinning chrome wheel of death. This is some like Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome shit right here. Yeah, this is Vallejo chrome. I almost did the Green Stuff World like mirror chrome, but I'm gonna be doing a lot of wash on these blade parts, so there's no sense in chroming something out that I'm just gonna be, darkening down here in a minute. But anyway, got some fun shredder chrome bits. Gotta balance them. All right, cool. I'm gonna go clean this airbrush, and then take a quick break. Oh yeah, man, no problem. Or person, MMQ. I don't know if you're, but yeah, I do enjoy making the live videos. Otherwise, I would just be talking to myself, and that's just weird. Yeah, Vallejo chrome, this stuff. My favorite chrome by far. I actually purposefully, a few months ago, like, went through all of my chromes and paint tested them all, see which ones I would like under which conditions and different bases, some with gloss black, some without, just I went through all the permutations I could think of, and Vallejo chrome came out on top. Yeah, for sure. For me, absolutely. Vallejo chrome is always my go-to chrome. Now, I still want to get one that's like high mirror reflective for whenever I do a Silver Surfer. So that statue, I'm holding off until I find
Actually, you know what? For the Silver Surfer, I'm probably going to do an electroplate. Like that's probably the statue that's going to make me do an electroplating experiment. Because I've always wanted to try it. I think it's very cool, and I've been watching enough videos on YouTube that I feel like I could do a reasonable electroplating experiment, reasonably priced, I should say. Where did you get the clay face? The clay face is from Bedzerk Studios. They're on Gumroad. Go to gumroad.com. Actually, just on the bottom in the video, I put a link in the description to the clay face. So you can just go watch that video and then just click on that. Click on the description, and you shall find it there. Yeah, I have tons and tons of models or statues left to paint. Yeah, electroplating, DL. It's a electrochemical process where basically it strips the ions off of like a nickel plate or a copper plate. It strips the ions from it and then reapplies it to whatever object that you're electroplating. It completes the current and carries the little ionized particles, and so it makes it like well, it's metal basically. It's like a super micro thin coating of metal. It's the best way I can describe it. So to do that Silver Surfer in a surfboard, first of all, the surfaces have to be flawless, and then I can electroplate it. All right, sorry, I'm back. Family was running out the door. All right, let's see. Was this thing clean? Yeah, I think so. All right, those need to dry. Those are still drying. Oh, I need to go change this water. All right, so let me take one more break. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go change out waters and I need to reload some stuff. So it's a quick supply run. I'll be right back. All right, I think I'm gonna get some some shadows sprayed into the body parts now. And then that's gonna take a while to dry, and while that's drying, I'll do some skin tones. We're just flying through this. Oh, I am running painfully low on black wash. I need to put in an order. I'll head out to Hobbytown. They probably got some black wash. Some black wash for me. It's always nice to have an excuse to go out there. Alright, so I'm going here with some black wash. And let's empty this airbrush real quick. See, like this is a good instance where putting the governor into action is a good idea. That way I can't overspray my washes. Yeah, see, there we go. I got a very, very fine light mist and my needle just stops. Oh man, if I run out of wash in the middle of this, I'm gonna be mad. I will not be mad. Yeah, I like the actual wash. It's got a little more bite, I think. That's the best way I can describe it.
Oh, let it pool right there. That sucks. Okay, go back in with a little bit of with the gray and just brighten it back up again. Give that a second to dry, and I'm gonna go back in and put some gray back in it. Let it move. end up in there. Oh, my hand's cramping. Alrighty, I think that works. Hey, what's up, 3D Painter? Yeah, man, I like that evolution. Yeah, I got the 2024 Squidmar, and I am quite happy with it. So got to go back and soften that up with a little bit of gray, but it's okay. I'll lean into those shadows a little bit harder. Gotta get some shadows. Oh wait, let's see how much wash I have left. Kind of running low here. There we go. I think that's looking pretty good. All right. Need to correct some of the shading on the legs. So for that, I'm gonna need dark blue gray. All right, sorry. Let's check my phone. Dark blue gray. Need to balance out some of the wash I applied to the legs. A little too much. Refill this water bottle. Oh no! His legs fell. Good thing I printed in that tough resin. There we go. Gotta have it hooked in there properly. Yeah, tough resin for the win. All kinds of junk in here. It's getting there, DL. It's getting there, man. It's moving pretty quick. I still got a few. I got a few little odds and ends to do still. Like correcting the shading on these pants. All right. I believe that is good. Let's do a quality control check here. I gotta get his
his boots colored. All right. Seeing where this is going now. It's got some nice shading happening. Cool. All right, I'm gonna get this airbrush clean one more time. This airbrush clean, and then I can put some wash on the chrome bits. Take this needle out. Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate it. It's coming along. It's moving along pretty quick. It is moving quick. Yeah, same here. I have a spot over my my built-in bookshelf thing around my TV, and it's like a long horizontal, and it's perfect for the for this set of Ninja Turtles and villains. I'll probably do the whole. I'll probably do. I'm not gonna do April and Casey Jones. I probably will do Shredder. I mean Splinter, and definitely gonna do Bebop and Rocksteady. So I'm probably gonna do them in my next between my next DC Marvel cycle. I've already got the next couple statues planned out, but then after that, I think I'm gonna do Bebop and Rocksteady as a pair. I was going to do all three of them I was going to do Shredder and Bebop and Rocksteady, but that was three is too many to do in one stretch. Oh man, I should have ate some lunch. I'm a little empty right at the moment. Some water down in there in case I missed something. I don't want it to dry out while I'm over here base painting stuff. Wash. I should have enough to finish this project, but it is running low. Yeah, all right, I'm happy with that. Get some wash on these parts. Yeah, so this is, sorry, it's hard with the camera angle, but it's kind of what I got going so far. It's getting the shading in there, you know. I could hit that a little bit better. He does have big old man titties. He's got some deep shadows in there. With something big and round. How about a 6? Some of this up. Cool. This is the Vallejo black wash. Painting around all this little junk is hard. I mean, I know I'm just slapping it on here, but all these little angles make it difficult. Yeah, the Vallejo wash is my go-to. I've used the Nuln oil, and I've used like other Tamiya washes, or was it Citadel? I used some Citadel washes. I always end up just coming back to this Vallejo wash though. I like having this little carousel of blades. Good band name.
I love doing the weathering on stuff. I feel like this is the step where you really start to see the detail, you know, you start to see all the little extra effort that the artist went to make little textures, and when you lay in this layer of black, it seeps into those little things, and just everything just kind of registers. You can see it. This one, kind of see the inside top of it. Oh, almost done.
He's got a whole lot of metal to wash. Goodness, Shredder. You wanna pump the brakes on some of the shredding? How many blades does one man need? It just screams a lack of confidence to me. He shouldn't need this many knives. I just saw this little thing didn't have enough. This was the first one, so apparently I went light on it. Go back and give these a chrome dry brush anyway. I don't want his helmet to be too dark because I feel like his greaves and his everything else, all his other armor parts would be a little more dark than his helmet. Still want the steel texture in there, kind of match. There we go. Now it's there, but it's not like overpowering. There we go. It's a shredder helmet if I've ever seen one. Give that a little bit of time to dry, and then I'll dry brush those back up a little bit. Get some wash on the little rivets. bolts and stuff. These all go in with some panel liner. Oh yeah, actually I need to wash over that whole thing, don't I?
Listen to this lo-fi music for too long. That dry, and then I can brush it back up again. Down and up, down and up, down and up. Alrighty. And to decide what I want to do next. Alright. Those need to dry. That needs to dry. I think everything needs to dry. So I am going to allow that to happen. This thing is already dry. Alright, cool. I'm gonna let all this dry, and then I am going to grab a bite to eat. And I may or may not be back tonight. We're supposed to meet some friends out later, so I might just get a bite to eat, get cleaned up, and head out. Seems like a good stopping point. And then yeah, there's not too much after that. I've got to varnish. Got to do a varnish on everything. Finish some base coats on his belt and his pants, his little bands and straps and stuff. Finish the skin tone and the bands and straps and stuff, and the chrome on his mask. That's it. And the details, yeah, just a couple, just some detailing and some varnishes. That sounds about right. Is my airbrush clean? Yeah, it's got some water in it and everything. All right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it, so I can grab something to eat. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. That was fun. We got some stuff done. Starting to look good. Starting to look like something. I just gotta get these details in it. So yeah, till next time, take it easy, and hopefully I'll see you on the next stream.